Hey YouTube, Petey Twofinger here. Today I'm bringing you a more positive themed video. My favorite place to purchase music gear from is Sweetwater Sound. I know I've done videos where I tear apart Guitar Center. I probably even slagged off Sam Ash, which I shouldn't have. Guitar Center is like Burger King and McDonald's with Sam Ash. Wherever there's a Guitar Center, they're all of a sudden popped up as Sam Ash to compete with them. And I feel that Sam Ash has done wonderful to compete. They've learned from a lot of the mistakes that Guitar Center continues to make. I don't want to turn this into anything else except for a positive experience, talking about how much I enjoy the process of shopping at Sweetwater from start to finish for so many reasons. So to start off, I'm going to just read some stuff off the internet because it says it a little bit more concisely than I could, and maybe you could learn a little bit. So bear with me. I'm going to try to make this a shorter video. 9 reasons to buy your next guitar from Sweetwater. They are located in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I'm in Chicago, so they're close. Why buy your next guitar from Sweetwater? Well, here's 9 reasons. All of the brands that you'll love, plus a few that you'll love to meet. See detailed photos of almost every guitar. A 55-point inspection for playability, electronics, hardware, fit, and finish. And that's awesome. That's awesome because I can tell you from experience, GC doesn't do that. When you're ordering a guitar from Guitar Center, they don't do that. And that's Musician's Friend, is direct competition from Sweetwater. Climate and humidity controlled storage means our guitars are gig ready. And they're smart. This is a brilliant company. Sales team that shares your passion for music, and that's not an exaggeration. Lifetime technical support after the sale. That couldn't be more important because this stuff is simply not getting any more easy. Seems like this. Well, I don't want to say it that way. It is getting easier, but there are more and more options buried within some of this gear. So that's a nice thing to have, is support, post-purchase support. Lightning fast and free shipping. And boy, is it ever on both accounts. It's free and it's fast too, which is really awesome. Amazing financing options on most of your favorites and a 2-year warranty on all instruments. Now looking into this page, Why Choose Sweetwater, we see Chuck Surak. Doing the right thing is his policy, and that's reflected in my experience in shopping with them, because I did have an issue, which we'll address how that went down, how I felt they handled that, after I get done wading through their own, tooting their trumpet. But it's pretty much true. Take a virtual tour. Everything about our Fort Wayne campus is built to serve you better. And they have like a festival. They have a thing that they do, and I'm meaning to get out there. It's just that it tends to be really hot, and I don't travel well. So doing the right thing since day one. We have photos of Chuck, his Volkswagen. He's not a hippie. He looks more like a yuppie. It seems so simple. Just make your customers happy. In fact, it takes a lot of hard work to make that happen. And not everyone is willing to make that effort. The very simple concept is the reason Sweetwater was founded in the first place. Since 1979, founder Chuck Surak was committed to doing the right thing, and his belief is at the core of Sweetwater's identity, ethics, and practice, which is just awesome. The Sweetwater difference is all about giving the best shopping experience you'll ever had. We want you to be 100% satisfied with not only the gear that you purchase, but also the service you receive. Sweetwater difference goes far beyond this and includes extras you simply won't find anywhere else, all designed to ensure that you are a happy customer, including candy. They put candy in the box, it's awesome. So nearly every order received by 3 p.m. Eastern ships the same day. Free shipping to the lower 48 states. Our central location reaches most states in 1 to 4 business days. 99.95% warehouse accuracy, expedited shipping available, and I don't know why you would need it any faster, because just the regular free shipping is like you order the thing and then all of a sudden Ding dong, it's here. It's amazing how fast they are. We are proud to provide some of the fastest turnaround times in the industry. We use FedEx, UPS for most items, and USPS for smaller items. Residents of Hawaii, Alaska, and Puerto Rico should contact us for a shipping quote. Exclusive free 2-year warranty, total coverage, total confidence coverage. That's a big word. Your purchase is protected by the total confidence coverage, exclusive 2-year warranty, which comes in the box with nearly every product we have to offer. So they have that 55-point evaluation. They have all these payment options you can do. Sweetwater credit card, up to 24 months financing available. 3 easy payment plan to gear leases. So they have all these options for you to get what you need. And then the unmatched service and support. Everything you buy at Sweetwater is backed up by the best service and support in the business, and they are not kidding about that. From our in-house service department to our free online support network, we've got you covered. So personally, I know Sweetwater not from looking online and ordering from them. I know them from their incredible fast shipping, and that it was free, and that they're right next door. So when I do order something, it's just here. And then I know them from calling me. My guy's name's Sean. He called the first time he called. I wasn't really doing anything. I was maybe just watching YouTube videos, and he called, and I took the call, and he was like, "Yeah, I just want to know, you had ordered this and how you got it, and how you feel about it. If you had any questions." And he's like, "I realized it was just a strap, or it was like strings or a strap lock or something." Like he kind of said, like it may seem silly to you that we're calling about it, but we just wanted to make sure that you were 100% happy with that purchase. And it was an under $20, whatever it was a small thing, and I could not believe that this guy called me. And I said that to him. I said, "Man, I can't believe this is really cool that you guys do this." And he said, "Well, yeah, if you're not busy, would you mind telling me a little bit more about yourself and how you're involved in making music?" And I was like, "Tuck in. I hope you packed a lunch." No one has ever asked me that. No one. I can't talk about if I bring this up at like Christmas when we get together with the family. You talk about clearing a room. I'm not allowed to ever mention anything involving a soldering iron, white or black keys, guitar, nothing. I can't talk about any of this around either my family or my wife's family. It's just socially not, they don't want to hear it. It's not, they see it as like a heroin addiction, like making music. It's bad. It's not good. It doesn't make me any money. It probably interferes with me from working a job and making money, so it's bad. So I'm not allowed to talk about it. So when Sean asked me that, I ended up going out, like I was on the couch, I went off and like a full, well, let's see. When I was 3, my dad had this Nilsson tape, starting out at the beginning and all the way up to what I'm doing now, with every detail about every piece of software I ever used, and it wasn't that bad, but I let him have it. And I know he took some notes, which a lot of people are some people that I know are very guarded about what information they let out. And to be honest, I think the cat's out of the bag. There's no way to put that back in the box. We're already 1984. They already know everything about you, especially post-Patriot Act. So I'm the type of user that I would rather have them market, software that's going to be utilized in mastering audio than lip gloss. That's just the way I roll. So having him call me and ask me, trigger that out of me, because that's what he did. He set it up. I didn't just "Oh, well, since you called me, let me tell you." Because I'm not I'm nothing. I'm just some guy, a handful of people have ever even heard what I've done. Even on the internet, I don't have any, fan base. I'm not, I'm nobody. I'm worse than a nobody. I quit playing in bands in, 94. Now I just fart around making music. Although from my perception, what I'm doing is really good. It's way better than what I did when I started. And it should be. I mean, I'm an adult now, and I've been doing this consistently pretty much. So having Sean take the time to drag all that out of me really made me feel good about it. And ever since then, whenever it comes time, I always end up checking them and then realizing that there's no shipping and that the pricing is incredible. So I do buy from Sweetwater. And they call, they check up. I had, at one point I had ordered something. The delivery guy came running in and threw this box to me, pivoted and ran out. And it was damaged. The box was ripped open. It was strap locks. That was in that box. And I paid it was like $12.95 for this set of strap locks. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to call them up and be like, I got the box, I took delivery of it, but they weren't in there. Which just sounds so much like a scam. And so sure enough, I had been ripped off in the shipping. It may have even been the guy that came in and threw the box at me that knew, Sweetwater is music. Maybe he was, I make dope beats. Because he looked like that type of a guy. I mean, no offense, he didn't look like a guitar player. And he was like, oh man, maybe there's some dope beats in this box. Or, Dr. Dre headphones. And he ripped the box open and stole my strap locks, even though he didn't even know what they were. So I had to call them up, and I'm like, man, I know they're going to think I'm scamming on this because they're strap locks, and they're kind of expensive for what you get, and they're small. So I called them up, and I said, I know this is going to seem shysty, but I got an empty box. It was ripped open, And they didn't ask for photos of it or any of that nonsense. He put me on hold for a second. He came back and said, yeah, we're shipping another pair out to you. We're really sorry. And then I got a backup call asking if I received them and if everything was okay. And that may have even been the time when Sean asked me, and he's called back since then. Every time I've ever ordered anything, he calls and asks if I got it, if everything was okay. And he says something like, I'll assume that everything's okay, but if you have any, call me back, which is really cool. So today, I bought this Steinberger Spirit guitar, and they use double ball end strings, where if you're familiar with a normal electric guitar string, on the one end of it there's a ball, a stopper. Well, these strings have a ball on each end, and they're perfectly cut to the length of the guitar. So you drop the ball in the top, pull it down to the bottom, drop it in the little cup that holds the string retainer, and then tighten that up. And it takes just seconds to put on a set of strings. It's amazing how fast you can replace the strings. So it's a new guitar. I had ordered a nut piece, so that nut piece had like little Allen screws in it and stuff, fasteners. So you could use a regular string and slip that through this thing and then fasten it down with an Allen wrench here and then another plate. It would double hold it in place. So then you could use what I normally use as Diodario 10s is what I've been using. So this was a Chinese thing. There's videos about that. I ordered 2 of them. Both of them were bad. They didn't fit on the guitar. It was a whole hassle. The guy charged me shipping to send it back, so I took money. I took it in the pants on that. And then I ordered these strings, double ball end strings. These are Alice brand for headless guitar, and they were 6.2 millimeters short. Same thing. The guy tried charging me money to return them. So I called eBay and I said, look, I don't want to pay the shipping to ship these back to get my refund because it's going to be $3 or $4 out of the 12 for the 2 sets of strings, and I don't deserve to have to pay that. So they took care of it for me, which was awesome. But in the meantime, I'm like having to go back and forth with this guy. I ordered them. They were late. I sent him a message like, what's going on? And then it was back and forth. And then he was like getting nasty with me. So it consumed a lot of my time. And finally, I go and I check Sweetwater. And here they have the name brand, Steinberger brand strings, what came on the guitar, for $8.99. And these were $5.99. And I had to wait a month for these to come and then send the guy a bunch of messages. And then they didn't fit. And then it was a bunch of more messages with him demanding I take the strings off of my guitar and measure them and measure these. Like I already told you, they're 6.2 mils short. He wanted photographs. Then he was like, you're going to have to send them back. And he just gave me an address, and I was going to have to deal with like filling out the customs forms and getting an XR code number for what these strings are rated at. There's an XR code for customs, so they can look at this code and know, oh, the guy who's sending this is saying there's guitar strings in here with this code number. And so, I mean, yeah, eBay China is great, but you can't always bank on them. Not everything that you need for making music, for doing this, can be bought for so cheap from China. Sometimes you got to get stuff locally. And in that case, when I'm looking to buy something that you would normally get from a Guitar Center or a place like that, that has become more and more of a farce and more of a joke to me, buying from those places. Sam Ash, I'm sorry, you're a little bit further away. I do like shopping there, but when it comes to this Sweetwater of not having to leave the house and having it show up like the next day, it's kind of like a no-brainer with it not costing any. And then I get a way better customer care. I get people that are actually really cool to me. So a double thumbs up for Sweetwater Sound. They're the place to. You like this hat? The Russian mafia moved out of an apartment, and some of their goods, the stuff that fell off the truck, there was boxes. So I got my brim cap. I got my ready to go. Make dope beats, dog. So yeah, Sweetwater, double thumbs up. And let me know if you've ever ordered from them, if you ever had a good or bad experience. I'd love to hear about that in the comments. If you haven't ever bought from Sweetwater, give them a shot. Next time you need anything musically, take a look at their pricing and consider that you don't pay for shipping, and you'll quickly realize why I made this video, because they're really the best place out there. So thank you so much to Sweetwater Sound for your wonderful service. I ordered those strings from you today, so I'm hoping that I get some extra candy in the box for making this video. Thanks and peace.